Welcome, all you lovely people, to your weekly energy update, and we're looking at the week of June 5th through June 12th. These are timeless, of course, so no matter when you're coming across these, they will have messages for you. I would trust your intuition if it brought you here. There are definitely messages for you. Now, we are just entering the Saturn retrograde, which started on June 4th, and Saturn is going to be in Aquarius for this entire period starting June 4th going through October 23rd. Now, Saturn was the original traditional ruler over Aquarius before Uranus was discovered, so they do have this kind of old bond between them. So there's some extra juiciness and flavor that will be with Saturn coming through this period. You can kind of look at Saturn as like this strict grandfather who teaches us their wisdom, and when we do the work for them and do the work that they present to us, then they also reward us with, inheritance, right? So they are this taskmaster in a way, and so we just will look into where are they wanting us to do some work. And because this period of time from June 4th all the way through October 23rd, it will be in Aquarius in retrograde. It will be in our 11th house of Aquarius energy. So the classroom that we're going to be in, revisiting our beliefs, because that's what Saturn does. It has us challenge how we think about a particular area of our life. So the 11th house is about like our beliefs, our interactions with society, groups of friends or colleagues or whatever groups we're a part of. And it can be like our view of the entire world as well. So during this retrograde, Saturn is always having us do the work, but during the retrograde is kind of like our time to review our notes we've been taking as we're going through a classroom. We reflect on what we've learned and really what changes we want to introduce into our lives when Saturn goes direct on October 23rd. So, Saturn goes into retrograde every single year for about a third of the year. So this isn't something new and surprising for us. It's just something that will unfold for us. So for this reading, what we're going to be looking at is what would be in our highest experience to review during this Saturn retrograde. And I'm going to have a reading for each individual zodiac sign. I'm going to jump into yours right now. All right, all my Aries, this is your weekly energy update. And we're going to start off from these archetype cards. And FYI, any of the cards I use in a reading, I do list in the description box below. But we'll give these a shuffle, and these are such perfect cards to discover what the Creator's advice are for the area of our life that we can reflect on during this Saturn retrograde. Because these archetypes basically are personalities or areas of our life. So we will see for you, Aries, what area of your life the Creator feels that you could reflect on during this period. So for our Aries, please. Okay, I actually gave you these two. We're also going to pull from these Power of Surrender deck and see what else they would like to add to the flavor. All right. So what else for our Aries, please? Okay, that one right there. Put that one in the middle. Okay, and then we'll also pull from these Sun and Moon Tarot. See what else they'd like to clarify the message for. And then we will dive in and see what messages are coming here for you. So for our Aries, okay, this will be the main one here, main tarot. What else? Okay, I do want that one and that one. For over here, we will put that one there. Okay, what about for this side? What else do you want them to know? Okay. All right. I'll put that one there and that one here. Okay. And there you go. All right, so let me just move these out of the way over here, and then we will dive in and see what we have going on here for you. So we're going to start in the middle here. I'm going to start with this power of surrender. And it says, surrender your addictions. Beautiful card there. And it says, whether you're addicted to substances, food, people, sex, or overworking, take action to begin to heal the addiction and replace it with healthier alternatives. So definitely we're being called out a little bit here, and that's okay. This is not for judgment. This is for your highest experience, right? That's what the Saturn retrograde is all about, is reflecting on our lives to see what area of our life that we can make some adjustments to based on what we've been learning, so far with Saturn this year. We do want to pull and look at these archetypes. Oh, wow. Yep. So you have the light and dark attribute card here. This represents like this connection, understanding what karma, what lessons you were bringing into this life. Like, what were you born with? I kind of feel like I'm studying to become a professional astrologer now, so I'm becoming very dangerous. But this suddenly reminds me of the South Node, North Node. South Node, whatever your South Node is in your astrological birth chart, it tells you what you're coming in with. It's telling you what your challenges are. It's like the shadow attribute. It tells you that whatever sign that the South Node is in, that it brings in these characteristics that are like the challenges that you have. So it could be, like I said, these addictions. It could be this natural tendency to choose these things that are not the healthiest for you, not for your highest experience. And it is something that is brought into your life for you to overcome. It's not a punishment. It's not something out of your control. It's given to you. And then the North Node is like your highest expression that you can achieve of yourself in this lifetime. So I love this about surrendering your addictions and with that message coming in, because it does tell you that you have this tendency that you were born with and that you came into this life with, but it doesn't mean it has to be where you stay. And let's see what this other one is here. Yeah, you have the Advocate. Yay, you get to be your own advocate. So this has a light and a shadow attribute. The light side of this is it inspires you to put compassion into action. And I really feel this is compassion for yourself during this time, because the shadow attribute is embracing negative causes or committing to causes for personal gain. And so I feel like this Advocate card in combination with all of those is really about becoming your own advocate, seeing that you have so much more fulfilling life, more like just this life that is more in tune with the highest expression of yourself. So I love that, because in coming into all of this, we have the Queen of Pentacles is like the central tarot card for you. And the Queen of Pentacles is basically about Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. She is this wonderful, wonderful new birth, this new phase. Usually, she kind of has this little like belly here. It's kind of like the Empress, where you do have this it's like she's birthing, she's getting ready to birth something new. It's this abundant feeling, though, this wonderful wholeness and this completeness, because the Pentacles also are about your worth. They are about how you define yourself in this beautiful human experience in the outer world. All the other suits within the minor arcana are all about the inner. You have like swords are your mind, and cups are your emotions, and wands are your energy, your drive, your passion. This one's about your outside world. And so this is about what you're birthing into the world, how you're expressing yourself, but also how you're defining yourself. So the Queen of Pentacles is this wonderful connection to your worth that's happening with a focus on nurturing yourself. That's why when I saw this, I heard become your own advocate. You get to become your own mother. You get to mother yourself. You get to nurture yourself. And this addictiveness that's there, that's rooted in your South Node, your shadowness, that it's like you're able to move beyond that, and definitely you're very powerful with that. Because you have the Princess of Pentacles next to it over here, which is the Page of Pentacles, which means new opportunities coming to you in the outside world, new worth coming in for you as well. So you definitely have this attachment coming in with it. And I love that on the side of it here, you have the Judgment card. You have the double X up here, card number 20, which is about double endings, double new beginnings. So you do have this change that's going to be happening in your outside world, your physical person, as well as a spiritual kind of awakening, a spiritual awareness. Because this card, it's not about judgment, about bad, I can't believe you're doing what you're doing, or blah, 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 any of that. This shows that this is your human experience down here, but this is your higher self. This is like the character that you're experiencing this life through, but this is the actor behind these characters. This is you, powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being made of unconditional love. And it's blowing the horn because he's waking you up to the higher self that you really are. He's bringing you the messages. He's bringing you the awareness that's coming in. And so this is this, like I said, this awakening that's happened. And you have the Justice card over here, which the Justice card, you can see in her hand here, she holds this Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is a powerful tool that you're being given, and it allows you to connect to the capital T truths of the higher realm, and it allows you to cut away those thoughts and those beliefs, those things that no longer serve you. Because at the core of these addictions, and by no means I'm not a licensed counselor or licensed physician of any kind, but at the core of your addictions are these thoughts and these beliefs about who you are. And there's like this need to control something in your life because you feel out of control in other areas. And so when you have this addiction, when you have this drive, it's like, what are you really hungering for? What are you really thirsting for? What are you really trying to fix? What are you really trying to control? What are you really fearing? And this Ace of Swords allows you to connect and understand those small t truths of our human experience that are rooted in fear, allows you to understand those, because as you connect to the higher truths, the capital T truths of the spirit realm that are rooted in unconditional love, you have this awakening, this awareness that comes. And you have the yin yang here and the balancing of the scales. This is kind of like this Judgment card over here, where it shows you there's two sides on here, and they have they have feathers over here, and then they have a burning heart over here. And for me, that represents the two sides of your human experience. You have, like you said, you have the human and you're the character, and you have the actor, that mighty, powerful, supernatural spirit being as well. So you're having this balance that's coming in here. It says justice, but it's like this balance that's happening, this understanding of what's really happening, who you are and what you're really capable of. It's like it's balancing your South Node and your North Node, your challenges with your strengths. It's like showing you who you really are through all that. So I love that message coming in here so far for you. And we're going to go to this one over here. Yeah, and then you have the Two of Pentacles. So balance, you can see he's balancing his higher self with his lower self, right? It's almost like the yin yang all over again, because you kind of see like the white dot and the black dot there. And what that tells you, when you have the yin yang here, so you have the white is like your higher self, your spiritual self. There's a little black dot in there, which represents our little human side of us, that it is a piece of us. Our shadow is a piece of who we really are. And then in this world of conditions in that shadow, you have the little white dot, which represents our spirit self is having a foot in this realm to experience this life through it. So there's this beautiful balancing that's coming in, this awareness that's coming in of the two sides of who you really are, the shadow side and the light side, right? And you have it right here in that card. I love it. And then, boom, you've got the Prince of Wands. So you have the Knight of Wands. Wands is your drive, your ambition, your passion. It's your energy, it's your spiritual energy. And the Knights are about action and movement. So you do have, over this period of time, during this Saturn retrograde that happens from June 4th to October 23rd, a great opportunity to have movement in your energy, to understand your energy. The Knight of Wands, all knights have a quest, right? And yep, he's holding it here. So his quest is for the Ace of Wands. And the Ace of Wands is about new passion, new energy, new spiritual energy, which is basically coming through in here. You have this new fiery energy, of which you are, Aries, of course. You are a fire element. So this is your energy. You're ready for some new passion, some new movement, new oomph to come in, to take you to this new level, to take you to this new awareness that's coming in. So very, very vibrant coming in here. And then you have the Wheel of Fortune. Beautiful. 10, ending and new beginning. Double endings and new beginnings. New beginnings. So you do have definitely during this 4.5 month period, this wheel that's changing for you. Because there's a beautiful story behind the Wheel of Fortune that Spirit gave me to help me understand, life in general. So before we come down here, our soul chooses what avatar it wants to experience this life through. Your higher self chose you, mine chose me. It chose when we were going to be born, when we're going to withdraw out of these physical bodies and be fully back into the spirit realm. And it chose all these fated events that it wanted to experience through us. And you're like, why in God's green earth would anyone want to experience anything here? Well, our higher self, it is a being of light. It's bright, made of unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace. But when you're around it all the time, you don't realize what you are, because that's all you're around. It's like being here and breathing air. We don't realize we're breathing air until we're 6 feet underwater, not breathing air and looking up at air and going, that is air. This is non-air. By experiencing non-air, I more fully understand what both air and non-air are. And I have a new appreciation for air. In fact, I'm going to swim back toward it, right? And so we have this awareness. We come here to experience the opposites of who we really are, to understand it. So experiencing conditional love, we understand more the unconditional love that we are. Experiencing chaos, we understand the peace that we really are. Experiencing sadness and depression, we understand more fully what the joy is that we really are. So we have this beautiful, purpose with all these events that are happening on purpose, for purpose, to understand basically the yin yang, right? All that balancing of those forces. So, but within each of those fated events, you still have the power of choice. We get to decide within each fated event what it means to us. What story are we going to apply to it? What interpretation are we putting to it? We also get to choose what emotion we're going to feel as we go through it. Is it going to be an emotion of unconditional love, or an emotion of fear of losing conditional love? What is it that we're going to choose as we are looking at all of that? So we realize that anything that has happened in our life, that it's fated. We have these events that are coming into our life on purpose, for a purpose, but we're not out of control with it. We get to choose. We have that power. With all of that information, we kind of stop looking at life as this out of control drama train that's about to leap off the tracks and explode in a gorge. It's more of a monorail train at Disney World that is attached to the track, and it moves smoothly, having all its stop happen on purpose for a purpose. And so we start to look at life differently because of that. We start to see life not from like this place of being a victim, that life is happening to us, but that life is happening for us. And in that, we get power back. We understand that, it's not like we go from a victim to a hero. We just go to a victim mentality into empowered. We don't even judge things anymore because we understand they're happening for us. And so we can look at them in a different light. We also stop fearing the future so much, because before, when we were on this in our minds on this out of control drama train, not knowing we have a choice on the story or the emotion that we put into each moment, we were thinking that, well, whatever comes down the road, if that comes down the road, that's how I have to feel. That's how I have to think about it. And then what's next? And then without knowing what's coming around, I feel like I'm, being controlled by all these strings of whatever comes our way. But when you come into that power of that you get to choose what something means and what you feel through it, then it doesn't matter what comes, does it? Because you get to choose what it means. You get to choose how you feel through it. And I know when I first heard that you get to choose, I'm like, it don't feel like I get to choose a lot of the time, because that happens. That's how I feel. That happens. That's what it means to me. Spirit is very patient, though, and they show us, and, like all of us, when we're young as human children, we are all given these popular opinions on what something is supposed to mean, how we're supposed to feel around some situation. So we're conditioned. That happens, this is what it means. That happens, this is how you feel. And it gets repeated over and over and over to us and reinforced to the point that it becomes our habit to believe that when that happens, this is what it means. When that happens, this is how I feel. And it becomes our habit so much that it becomes our reaction. So that's why it feels like no choice is being made, because it's almost become automatic for us. Boom, that happens. Boom, that's how we feel. That's how we think. But if we're able to take a deep breath when the emotions start to rise or a situation comes our way, we can start making new choices on what something means to us, what emotion we want to feel through it. And then we change our choices, right? We change our way of looking at things. We start making new choices, thinking new ways, feeling new ways, because we're empowered again. And so that's what's beautiful that comes in with this. And it fits so well into this message of, realizing you have the shadow side and your light side. You always have, any of your signs, any of your planets, all your astrology, any of it always has a lower vibration or a higher vibration. There's like this scale of what we choose to do with our energies. And so I really feel like your huge message here is all about the awareness that you always have a choice, and you have that power. Neither is right, neither is wrong. It simply is experience, and you get to choose. But there's this freedom that's coming for you through this process. If you choose to take on this work that Saturn is offering you during the Saturn retrograde, if you look at it and reflect on it and understand that you have the power to choose, you are free, because you realize there's not always just one choice like we're taught. There's always another choice. So if you get tired of feeling a certain way, there's always a second option. And I love it for you. All right, Aries, I hope this helps. If you are looking for more messages of love from above, in addition to these weekly energy updates, I also put out monthly readings for each zodiac sign and a few other types of videos. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those and be notified immediately when they become available, if you give this video a little thumbs up and click the like button. Also click the subscribe button, and that gives you access to the notification bell. And when you go in there, if you click the all option, then you'll be notified of any new videos that come out on this channel. Also, doing those things helps spread the love, and it helps my channel grow in a significant way. Because when you like a video, when you share a video, when you comment on a video, especially if you subscribe to the channel, the YouTube algorithm goes giddy happy and it wants to share the videos with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of those things, I am definitely grateful for it. Also, these are general readings, and if you're looking for even more specific information and answers for your specific life, I do offer personal readings, and all that information is listed in the description box below. All right, beautiful, fiery Aries, as you go through this amazing journey, please know that every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things, and of course, I love you too. Have an amazing week. I'm sure I'll be talking to you very soon. And in the meantime, you hang in there and you take care.